iron. And so to drill with oil, which is very powerful from the water, and to drill the to use it in the pipe would not last in any day. But today, God has left, and mobile is lost. So that was how my relationship with them and my invention started at that stage.
Was it on 22 of May 1980 or 2nd May 1920? So you mentioned something like an invention as twins, but you are not telling the meaning of that thing. Can you tell me the meaning and what was the moving to class when we told them that they need a solution?
That
the solution, when you told me that the solution to their problem, what was their class?
Well, the name of the pen was Mobile Special Pen. But I had to change it after some years to give it a general use. I had to change it to Anti-Corrosive Special Pen to explain what the pen is actually doing. And you see, I gave the name at first, and Mobile was using it. I changed the name because I am the father of it. I made it. So I had to change it. Put it in the newspaper, swear an affidavit and put it in the newspaper. And put Mobile to notice. And the people that also manufactured my pen, which was International Pens West Africa. I put them to notice both in the affidavit and also in the newspaper. So the pen's name is Anti-Corrosive Special Pen for QIT, Quaibo Industrial Territories. QIT means quick air dry, because I had to put it in such a way that at the bend that we are trying to bend it will dry very quickly. If it does not dry very quickly and is brought to the water, it will come out and will kill the fish there, and that will be another disaster. So everything was taken into consideration during this stage. And you said, what did Mobile say? They were grateful. So they gave me the sole distributor of the chemical, including that is for the pen, all the pens, they gave me the sole distributor. And for all the width controls, they also gave me sole distributor. And they said I should be supplied.
For QIT?
Yes, I have enclosed for QIT. Okay, Anti-Corrosive Special Pen. I have it's a registered patent. I have a certificate for it, and your archives will also show you that. And also have I am the owner of the copyright of the QIT, Quaibo Industrial Territory. I am the owner of the copyright and owner of the trademark QIT.
So you said earlier that there was an agreement between you and Mobile before you started.
Yes, there was an agreement, both written and unwritten.
Is it a verbal agreement or a written agreement?
In the course of working, we had to exchange letters, which became the agreement for us. At every interview meeting that we had, this thing that I'm talking about is that by the time that I started the inventory, that I went right from that second, the following day I sent people down. Unless Sundays, on Saturdays I had to send people down. I was having people in the sea, that sea, 24 hours, and exchange them. I was the one paying them. By the time I finish one act, I will go and show them. I write it before I show them. This is what is happening. Then I bring the next one. I was going between many places to collect the materials, especially the chemicals. I collected so many chemicals from overseas. And when I came, I had to mix it and I had to use it. Now the agreement on verbal agreement was more than double. They were talking about the $2 per barrel as basic. And I was not stupid to have done something like that without somebody telling me, if you do this, I will pay you this. I was not stupid. So when they told me about $2 per barrel, their business was $2 per barrel, and my business was to be able to establish the consideration, that is executing consideration, to be able to do what they told me to do, so that I can collect the $2 per barrel. Their business was just do it for us, and we will pay you $2 per barrel. And then from time to time, they write it. They write what they have to write. And I also wrote to them. So we exchanged letters. Even though I was going up and down. In fact, by the time that we did this thing, I was more serious than them. Because they have been working for so many years without any success. So when I came in, they were even laughing at me. When they see me walk downstairs, they were laughing at me. When they see me come out from the cave, from at the sea, they were laughing at me. So I was the one that did everything in Gobi. One, let me tell you, I was the one that brought the chemicals to clear that land, because you cannot mask it. If you walk by the side of any ocean, it will steam you and drop you in. There is nothing to remove you, because another person will not take the dangerous people. So all we had to do was to use chemicals to kill all the weeds. That is the virgin forest that was there when Adam was there, were all cleared by me. And that is the land of people where mobile is operating today. I cleared it. You know, they had bad mouth. People working, they are workers. They had bad mouth. They said this one will cause an occupational hazard, because any day fire can just burn attach into this place. So because of that, I had to, at everything that we were saying, I had to make sure that there was sufficient environmental protection for fire service. For this, I had to buy all this while doing this. So, to be very frank, moving belongs to me. That premise is all. I have people who are still alive, who can testify that that place was nowhere to go. You wouldn't try with the animals that were there, the snakes, the pythons, everything. So I had to use chemicals to make it a bearable environment. By the time I went there were only 2 houses, all transferred. The other one was completely dilapidated. When the other one, they tried to build a new one. But by now, it is a big city. No, I did not invent weed killers. The weed killers are there, except that, like any other person, since it is my life, I had to know what to mix to be able to kill a particular kind of weed or tree. Like the trees, some of the tree killers that I had were very strong ones. So I use it to spray